Hi families, this lesson is to help you work through Phonics, Unit 24, Lesson 3. In this lesson, students will be reviewing sight words, sounds, writing words and sentences, and reading a story. For this lesson, you will need the Phonics Lesson Guide, pages 636 to page 639. You will also need the Activity Book, page 64. You will need paper, sight words, the stapler, and a whiteboard. First, you will log into the OLS to this phonics lesson, Unit 24, Lesson 3. Please pause this video while you open the lesson and gather your materials. Good, now we're ready to begin. Learning coaches, turn in your lesson guide to page 636. Here you will see the activities for today. The first activity is a sight word concentration game. The second activity for today is making a book, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Finally, there's an activity page that you will complete, and then the online games to review letter sounds. For advanced preparation, you will need to gather 2 sets of the sight word cards for students on the words that they have yet to master. I would also recommend including some sight words that they do know. That's always great incentive for students as they're working on words, is to have some that they're learning or working on and some that they know. We also have an activity today to make a book. You can get plain paper with a sheet of construction paper for a cover. We will also talk about an alternative way to make a book as well. Please pause this lesson to gather your materials and to open the lesson. The first game for today's lesson is sight word concentration. Remember, learning coaches, that sight words are words that students can read very quickly when they look at them. It's not something that you would want them to sound out, but words that they know right off the bat when they take a look. That's just something to keep in mind as you're working on learning sight words. So the first game for today's lesson is sight word concentration. You will gather 2 sets of sight word cards for your student. The object of this game is to make a match with the sight words that you have chosen. Be sure to have your student read each word as they match them, and they can write it or spell it. Pause this video and follow the instructions in the lesson guide to play sight word concentration. Another great resource for practicing sight words is the website education.com. Here you can find free worksheets and printables for students to learn sight words. You'll want to filter for kindergarten grade level, and then in the subject, scroll down under reading and then choose sight words. There's lots of pages that can be printed. There's pages for just one word at a time where you can practice writing the word and writing in this sentence. There's also fun activities like color by word, color by sight word that you can print off there as well. The link for this resource can also be found in the description down below this video. Remember, it takes lots of practice to learn sight words and to learn to read. So the more ways that you can practice, the better your student will get at learning sight words. For this next activity, students will be practicing writing words and sentences by creating a book of their favorite words. The activity for this part of the lesson can be found in the lesson guide, page 637 and 638. You can create a book by simply folding paper and using construction paper as a cover as instructed in the book. Another idea is to make a little accordion book out of envelopes. For this alternative activity, you could follow the instructions in the lesson guide, and instead of writing it on paper and putting it in the book, you can choose the word and write the sentences and place it in an envelope for the accordion booklet that you make. The instructions on making one of these accordion envelope booklets can be found in the description below this video. Please pause this lesson to complete this activity. The last offline activity for this lesson is to find Activity Book page 64 and complete this activity with your student. When you complete this workbook page, return to the online portion of the lesson to play a game to practice letter sounds and then read a story. When you complete the online activities of reviewing letters and sounds and reading the story Hot Ham, be sure to mark the lesson as complete, enter your attendance, and complete the attendance survey for the lesson. Thanks for watching.